And now from our studios in downtown Winnipeg, it's time for 107 Live.
And welcome to 107 Live here on Classic 107. My name is Michael Walsh. This morning in our studio, we have Brazilian guitarist, singer, songwriter. Well, I want to call him Brazilian, but he does make his home in Winnipeg. His name is Marco Castillo. He was born in Rio de Janeiro, raised in a musical family. His father was quite musical, and he spent his early years touring with his father's band, Trio Iraquetin, and completed his BA in music at University in Rio. In 2006, he decided, and we'll find out maybe why, him and his wife Shayla and their daughter Thais moved from the beautiful beaches of Rio to the Winnipeg prairies and quickly became a much sought-after musician and teacher. Since arriving in Winnipeg, he was performed all around the city, including performances at the Western Canadian Music Awards. And he was also a finalist this year for the Viña del Mar International Music Festival in Chile for Best International Song. He's recorded 3 CDs since 2008. The one called Trip to Brazil, it won World Recording of the Year at the Western Canadian Music Awards 2012. And just last year, his CD called Zabele was nominated in the same category at the WCMAs last year. Marco is our guest this morning on 107 Live. Hey, welcome, Marco.
Thank you. Welcome. How are you, Michael? Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's a pleasure. I'm so glad you could make it this morning. I know for musicians, morning is not always the time, but I know you're a morning person, being a family man a little bit. You have to get up in the mornings as well.
Exactly. I will have to be all over 24 hours a day.
Have to be all over 24 hours, on stage, off the stage. You just got to be out there. We're going to chat a little bit in a few minutes, but you've got a couple of Christmas songs you want to play for us. Quickly tell us about those songs, and then we'll have a listen to them.
This first tune is a very short tune. My dad wrote this for their parents in an anniversary, but then he changed after a while. Like he wrote different lyrics for Christmas. So he used to sing this song as a Christmas song, and it goes like Festa, linda festa, temos hoje em nosso lar. Ambos antes de alegria, viemos todos cantar. Batem os sinos, chega o Natal, palmas pra Papai Noel. Todos e a todos Feliz Natal. I can't remember exactly how it was, but it's kind of like sounds like a waltz, and it's And the other one that this like really like play a lot in Brazil and during Christmas time, and it's like goes like Quero ver você não chorar, não olhar pra trás, nem se arrepender do que faz. Quero ver o amor vencer, mas se a dor nascer, você resistir e sorrir. Se você pode ser assim, tão enorme assim, eu vou crer que o Natal existe, que ninguém é triste, que no mundo há sempre amor. Bom Natal, Feliz Natal, muito amor e paz pra você. Pra você.
It's a nice change from Santa Claus is Coming to Town, I want to say. That's very nice, beautiful. What are the lyrics? Give us an idea of what you're singing about. My Portuguese is not quite up to speed.
Yeah, it's about love, about if you feel like, you are in pain or suffering for something, how you can come over and so it's telling like if you can have that feeling, I will believe that the Christmas exists and nobody is sad and the world is a happiness place. It's a happy place. At the end says just like Merry Christmas, lots of love and peace for you. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like very. I remember there was actually a commercial on TV, and it was like kids, and there was a really beautiful commercial. Actually, a really beautiful message of Christmas, like a message of hope, pretty much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what's Christmas like in Brazil? Is it big festivities, or I know it's not a white Christmas typically.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of weird that way because I feel really sorry, like for the Santa Claus, they have to wear those like heavy clothes and 40 plus, which kind of doesn't make any sense. But we have the Christmas. We're a Catholic country, so we have all this, Christmas thing and everything. Like, yeah, it's Interesting. Yeah,
So-
it's good, to get together with the family. I think that's the most important part. You have the chance to, get with friends. Yeah, even if you haven't seen for a while, and it's a good opportunity to pretty much share and get together.
So do you remember what it was like when you first came to Winnipeg? 2006 you moved here. Do you remember your first white Christmas? How was that?
Oh yes, I remember. I mean, I was very excited with the snow, and like first Christmas was good. Every year we get together with family and stuff. Yeah, I'm excited. I think winter has. I mean, the Christmas is like it has all this relation. The snow is part of the Christmas. I mean, with no snow, it's kind of okay. It's part of the.
So I know people probably asked you why you've come to Winnipeg, and I'm not going to ask you that because I'm sure it's a pretty common question. How have you enjoyed Winnipeg since you've come here? Tell us a bit about your experience.
Well, before I came, I remember I did lots of research on the internet trying to figure out, and it was a little bit scary, to be honest, because I thought, this is a small city, because I'm from Rio, it's like 12 million people city, and lots going on, and it was just like a little bit scary. But on the other hand, I was just like very confident, man, I have some family here, and I was very, very excited because like bringing my family, because that was the purpose, give to my daughter better opportunities, for like studies and life and experience. And so it was quite a challenge, like a different culture, like we have in South America. But I was very excited, and I just loved. So and I ended up finding a beautiful community, like musical and arts, and I started to make lots of friends. So I feel like at home now. It's funny because this year I went to Brazil. I went to Chile for the festival for a couple of weeks, and I went to Brazil for one show in Rio de Janeiro. And I was just like looking forward to come back. It was just 1 week, and they're just like, okay, when I'm going back home.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting feeling. Yeah, this is my home now.
Well, I remember when I had a chance to interview you, almost when you first arrived, I think. I was writing for the Winnipeg Free Press, and we had a chance to chat, and I wrote about you in the paper, and I can see, I could tell you were a little bit nervous about being here in Winnipeg, but now it seems, as you say, this is your home, and
Exactly.
the city's kind of embraced it because there wasn't a lot of Brazilian music in the city before.
Well, as far as I know, I'm the
Yeah.
only Brazilian musician in the prairies.
Wow.
There's a few people in Toronto and major cities, great artists by the way, but a Brazilian, I think I'm the only one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, we're happy to have you here.
oh, thank you,
And,
my pleasure.
calling
It's-
Winnipeg your home now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you got one more tune for us this morning, and it's not quite a Christmas tune, but it has a theme of peace. Why did you choose this one?
Oh, I choose this song because I think this is a really good message for this time of the year. It's probably everybody will recognize the lyrics. You can sing along. I just made like a samba bossa feel. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Imagine there's no countries. It's easy and hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religions too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Very nice, very nice. And not a Christmas tune, but it is definitely the sentiment of that. And perfect timing in a sense. Well, John Lennon, the anniversary of his death was just not that long ago. So John Lennon's Imagine. Marco Castillo in the studio is part of our 107 Live segment. And you can catch Marco, what is it, every Friday night?
At Hermanos, yeah.
Hermanos.
Every Fridays at Hermanos.
Every Friday at Hermanos. He's got a concert coming up with the Winnipeg Jazz Orchestra just after the New Year in February called Quiet Nights of Quiet Stars, the music of Antonio Carlos Jobim, which I'm sure he is, it's in his blood. He's very familiar with that stuff. So that's with the WJO. And in January, what's happening in January?
January, I'm playing the Smith, 21st and 22nd is the old current, right?
Yeah, the Smith down at the Forks.
Exactly, yeah. And you can find all my schedule on my website, www.marcocastillo.ca. There are links for all my media, Twitter, Facebook, all this kind of thing.
Pleasure. Thank you very much, Marco, for coming in, warming up the morning for us.
All right, yeah.
Some Brazilian music. Stay tuned. We got some music by Marco Castillo in just one more minute. I'm going to play something from his album called Zabele.
From our studios in downtown Winnipeg, you've been listening to 107 Live, Classic 107's intimate concert series, the soundtrack for your life.